Hi everybody, it's me, Ash, and today I am back with a not so crafty related video. It's actually dedicated to my son, Grayson. Now, the reason why I wanted to put this on here is because you guys have seen him in my vlogs, and I'm sure a lot of you question his age, and when I do mention his age, you question, why he's not talking and this and this and this and this and so forth. So I wanted to talk about his story, my story with him, to kind of inform you guys on, kind of like what we've been through with him, why he does not speak, and stuff like that. So I have this broken up into 3 parts. The beginning of everything, his NICU stay, and some things that are different. I think I'm only going to do 3 parts. I might do 4. I'm not positive. I guess we'll find out and see how long these go. So to start off with Grayson, we had to go way back to 2010 while I was pregnant with my daughter Emery. So those of you who have had children, when you're pregnant, you go for pap smears and testing and and all this, to make sure you're healthy and the baby's healthy. In 2010, when I was pregnant with Emery, I was diagnosed with atypical glandular cells. And it's a sign as early cancer. And that was in my cervix and my ovaries. I had a biopsy when I was pregnant with her that showed that that is exactly what it was. It was an early signs of ovarian and cervical cancer. Due to being pregnant, they really couldn't do much. So throughout my pregnancy, I was just monitored very carefully and checked throughout the 8 months that I was pregnant with her. Shortly after Emery was born, I want to say she was maybe 2 weeks old, I had another test done, and my doctor said that I need to do an emergency surgery, and so in 2011 of March, I think it was, she was born in February, so March, I had what is called a cone biopsy. A cone biopsy is where you have to be, it's pretty much a surgery. So you have to be out and you go into an OR, and what they do is they removed the bottom half of my cervix in a cone shape. So, say like this is your cervix, down here is the opening, and so they took like a cone shape out of it. At that time, they also found a cyst on my left ovary. So shortly after that, a few months, I had to go in with a laparoscopy for them to remove this cyst off of my left ovary. At my follow-up appointment, I was told that it would be very hard for me to get pregnant, and if I did, it would be very risky. So I tried different forms of birth control, and none of them seemed to work. But at this time, me and my significant other were together for 2011, 12, 13, 3 years, and we never got pregnant. So I didn't think anything of it. And 2014, so I have it written down, I found out I was pregnant with Grayson. I was a high-risk pregnancy, already prone to cervix stitching. I don't remember, what it's called. There is a specific word, but I had to go in and have an extensive ultrasound done to see how long my cervix was because of the cone biopsy. If it was, I think it was like 3 centimeters or less, I would have to go in at 20 weeks for a high-risk surgery where they would sew my cervix shut, and then due time of delivery, they'd have to go in and surgically open that area, or I would have a C-section. Luckily, my cervix was just over 3 centimeters, so I did not have to have that surgery, and I was so scared because that surgery, one small move, and they could have ruptured my water, broke my amniotic sac, and I would have had him at 20 weeks, and very slim chances of him surviving from that. Shortly after that, my hips started dislocating, and I was in a lot of pain, so I was in the doctors more than usual. At 27 weeks, I actually went into labor. I was at my friend's house. Luckily, she was right around the corner from the hospital. Even before that, my whole pregnancy, I bled, and you know, they always just blamed it on the cone biopsy, you know, stuff like that. So I went into labor at 27 weeks. Luckily, they were able to stop it and give me 2 sets of steroid shots. Now, what these do is you get your one set, and then exactly, I think, 9 hours later, you have to go in and get another one. And what it does is, with all my other children were also born early, but not as early. I was already high risk for early labor because of my older two. I was already at high risk because of the atypical glandular cells and the cone biopsies. So they wanted to take precaution and give me these steroid shots to help him develop his lungs faster. And I am so glad, even though they were so painful, I'm so glad that we had them. So a few weeks after that, I was 32 weeks pregnant, and I woke up at 7 a.m. when my alarm went off to get my oldest son ready for school, and my water broke. So my doctor is about an hour away from me. So we drove all the way to my doctor's hospital, and because I was so early in that my water has broken, their hospital only delivers babies 35 weeks or more because they don't have a NICU in it, and they wouldn't be prepared. And even if I did decide to deliver there, they'd have to transfer the baby to a different hospital, and that means I would be separated from my son for 24 hours until I can go to the other hospital, and even that, I wouldn't even be able to stay with him. So they hooked me up to my IVs and stuff like that, and they transported me by EMS to a different hospital. I delivered Greyson around 5 p.m. in the OR due to risk and complications because he is so little. Because of my issues that I had in the past, I had to deliver in an OR like you would with a C-section. After he was born, he was taken straight away from me. I did not get to see him. I did not get to hold him. My husband was able to go back in the room and get 2 pictures of my son at the time. Didn't know anything that was going on with him. They took me right back up to my room, and I did not get to meet my son until 5 hours after he was born. So that was extremely, extremely hard, not being